Captain Zyrk stood at the helm of the Zornarian spacecraft, a sleek marvel of engineering hovering silently above the blue sphere known as Earth. The vessel's metallic sheen reflected the distant sunlight, casting a soft glow across the control room. Zyrk, a figure of authority and curiosity, surveyed the planet below with a mixture of intrigue and skepticism. The mission was clear: to observe and understand human interactions with Earth's diverse fauna. "Prepare the observation modules," Zyrk commanded, his eyes narrowing slightly. "We have much to learn about these humans and their peculiar alliances with other species." The crew, a collection of bright minds from across the Zornarian fleet, buzzed with anticipation. Earth's reputation for diverse life forms had reached even the farthest corners of the galaxy, each species more fascinating than the last. Yet, Zyrk's interest lay with one creature in particular, an animal that defied logic and reason: the cat. "Why cats, Captain?" Ensign Plox asked, his youthful curiosity piquing over the captain's choice. "Surely there are more significant creatures to study? Humans are known for their unpredictable behavior," Zyrk replied, his gaze fixed on the holographic display of Earth. "And it is said they willingly associate with these felines, despite their dangerous attributes." As the crew gathered around the central console, the research team began analyzing Earth's vast data archives on cats. Images and videos flickered across the screens, showcasing sleek creatures with sharp claws and a reputation for independence. The more the Zornarians learned, the more perplexed they became. "These cats," Plox mused, "they possess claws, capable of inflicting harm and an aloof demeanor. Yet humans invite them into their homes." Zyrk nodded, his expression thoughtful. "Indeed, it is a paradox we must unravel. Assign teams to monitor human-cat interactions. We must understand what compels humans to embrace these predators." As the crew set to work, the spacecraft's sensors locked onto various human habitats, capturing scenes of domestic life. The images were puzzling: humans cradling cats, offering them food, and treating them as cherished companions. The Zornarians watched in disbelief as these creatures, capable of causing injury, were pampered and adored. "Perhaps it is a form of ritual," one crew member suggested, attempting to make sense of the baffling behavior. "Or a survival tactic," another theorized, "a way to appease the creature and avoid its wrath." Plox shook his head, still unable to comprehend the human logic. "It seems counterintuitive. Why would they risk such close proximity?" Zyrk, ever the strategist, pondered the implications. "There must be more to this relationship than meets the eye. Continue the observations. We need a deeper understanding of what these humans gain from such interactions." As the hours passed, the Zornarian crew became increasingly engrossed in their study. The more they observed, the more questions arose, each more confounding than the last. What was it about these creatures that drew humans so irresistibly? And what did it reveal about the humans themselves? The answers, Zyrk suspected, would be as enlightening as they were bewildering. The Zornarian spacecraft hovered stealthily above a quaint suburban neighborhood, its cloaking technology rendering it invisible to the unsuspecting humans below. Inside, the crew was abuzz with anticipation as they deployed a stealth drone to collect first-hand data on a new subject: human-cat interactions. The drone, no larger than a small bird, zipped silently through the air, its sensors trained on the scene unfolding below. "Focus on that dwelling," Zyrk instructed, pointing to a cozy house nestled among trees. "Let's see how humans engage with these creatures in their natural environment." The drone's cameras zoomed in on a man named David, who was sitting comfortably on his porch with a tabby cat nestled in his lap. His face was relaxed, a picture of contentment as he gently stroked the cat's fur. The crew watched in collective bewilderment, trying to comprehend the logic behind such an act. "Is that creature not dangerous?" Plox asked, his eyes wide with disbelief. "Look at those claws," Zyrk nodded, equally puzzled. "Yet the human seems unperturbed, even affectionate. It's as if the threat is non-existent to him." As the drone continued to capture footage, the crew observed David engaging in a variety of activities with the cat, whom he called Whiskers. He fed her treats, spoke to her in a soft voice, and even played a game involving a string, much to Whiskers' delight. "How peculiar," one crew member remarked. "The human appears to derive pleasure from these interactions." "Perhaps there is a mutual benefit we are not seeing," another suggested, trying to rationalize the behavior. Zyrk, the analyst, considered the possibility. Humans may have developed a form of symbiosis with these creatures, one that transcends mere survival. Plox, still skeptical, proposed a different theory. Could it be that humans possess a unique resilience or secret immunity to feline traits, something that allows them to coexist without fear? The idea sparked a lively debate among the crew, each member offering their own hypothesis. Some suggested that humans had a natural affinity for nurturing, others believed it was a cultural phenomenon rooted in tradition. "Regardless of the reason," Zyrk interjected, "it is clear that these interactions are significant. We must conduct a detailed study of this Whiskers to discern her influence over the human." As the crew set about crafting a plan, the drone continued its surveillance, capturing moments that defied Zornarian understanding. David, oblivious to his extraterrestrial audience, carried on with his day, his bond with Whiskers as natural as breathing. The Zornarians watched, a mix of awe and skepticism in their expressions. How could such a fragile creature command such loyalty and affection? And what did this reveal about the humans themselves? As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the neighborhood, Zyrk made a decision. "Prepare a report on today's findings. We will need to delve deeper into this phenomenon." The crew nodded, their curiosity piqued by the day's observations. The mystery of human-cat interactions was far from solved, but the Zornarians were determined to uncover the truth. As they continued their study, they couldn't help but marvel at the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit, qualities that seemed to shine brightest in the most unexpected of relationships. The Zornarian crew had settled into a routine of observing David and Whiskers from the comfort of their cloaked spacecraft. Each day brought new insights, though often accompanied by more questions than answers. Today, however, promised to be different. Zyrk had instructed Plox to initiate a comprehensive cultural analysis of the human-cat bond, hoping to uncover the roots of this baffling relationship. Plox, eager to contribute, accessed Earth's vast digital archives, focusing on historical records and popular media. The crew gathered around as snippets of ancient Egyptian murals, medieval folklore, and viral cat videos flashed across the screens. The narrative was clear. Humans had revered and partnered with cats for millennia, weaving them into their myths and daily lives. "Fascinating," Zyrk mused, watching as a video showed a cat knocking over a glass, much to the delight of the human filming it. "It seems these creatures have been integral to human culture for ages." Plox nodded, still processing the information. From protectors of grain stores to internet celebrities, cats have maintained a mystique that captivates humans. It's as if they see something in these creatures that transcends logic. The crew exchanged glances, each member trying to reconcile this new knowledge with their observations of David and Whiskers. It was one thing to read about history, it was another to witness the bond firsthand. "Perhaps it is a form of companionship," one crew member suggested, "a way for humans to connect with the natural world. Or a shared understanding," another added, "a silent agreement that benefits both parties." Zyrk listened, considering the implications. Whatever the reason, it is clear that these bonds are deeply rooted in human society. We must continue our observations to understand how this connection influences their behavior. As if on cue, the drone's cameras captured David, and Whiskers engaged in another of their daily rituals. David was lounging on the couch, a book in hand, while Whiskers curled up beside him, purring contentedly. The scene was peaceful, yet it held an undercurrent of mystery that intrigued the Zornarians. "Look at how relaxed the human is," Plox observed, noting David's serene expression. "It's as if the presence of the cat provides comfort." Zyrk nodded, acknowledging the insight. "Indeed, there is a mutual trust here, one that defies our understanding of danger and safety." Just then, a humorous incident unfolded before the crew's eyes. Whiskers, perhaps bored or seeking attention, suddenly leaped onto David's lap, causing him to jolt in surprise. The book tumbled to the floor, and David burst into laughter, gently chiding the cat for her antics. The Zornarians watched, their expressions a mix of confusion and amusement. "Did the human not perceive that as a threat?" Plox asked, bewildered by David's reaction. "Apparently not," Zyrk replied, a hint of admiration in his voice. "It seems humans have a remarkable ability to find humor in unexpected situations." The crew pondered this revelation, their respect for human adaptability growing with each new observation. Despite the potential for chaos, David's affection for Whiskers remained unwavering, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As the day drew to a close, the Zornarians compiled their findings, eager to share their insights with the greater fleet. The mystery of human-cat interactions was far from solved, but the crew was closer to understanding the complexities of this unique bond. In the process, they had gained a newfound appreciation for the adaptability, ingenuity, and resilience that defined humanity. Zyrk glanced at the planet below, a smile tugging at the corners of his lips. "Prepare the next phase of our study," he instructed. "There is still much to learn from these remarkable beings." And with that, the Zornarian crew continued their mission, driven by the promise of discovery and the endless wonders of the human experience. The Zornarian crew, having amassed a wealth of observations on David and Whiskers, found themselves at a crossroads. Captain Zyrk, ever the strategist, convened a meeting to discuss their next move. "We've gathered substantial data," Zyrk began, addressing the assembled crew. "Yet, understanding the intricacies of this human-cat relationship requires a more direct approach." Plox, always eager to push boundaries, leaned forward. "What if we invite David aboard our ship? A first-hand account could provide invaluable insights." The room buzzed with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. While the idea was bold, it held the promise of breakthroughs that remote observation could never achieve. Zyrk considered the proposal carefully. "A direct interaction could indeed yield answers. We must ensure David's safety and comfort, however. His cooperation is crucial." With the decision made, the crew set about discreetly transporting David and Whiskers to the spacecraft. Using their advanced technology, they beamed the pair aboard with minimal disruption, ensuring the transition was as seamless as possible. As David materialized inside the ship, he blinked in surprise, momentarily awestruck by the alien environment. The sleek metallic interior of the Zornarian vessel was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Yet, true to human nature, he quickly adapted, curiosity overtaking initial shock. "Welcome, David," Zyrk greeted, stepping forward with an air of cordiality. "We mean you no harm. Our interest lies in understanding your bond with Whiskers." David, a man of practicality, glanced around, taking in the strange yet fascinating surroundings. "This is unexpected," he admitted, a hint of amusement in his voice, "but I'm open to sharing what I can." Whiskers, unfazed by the change in scenery, settled comfortably in David's arms, her purring a reassuring constant. The crew watched, intrigued by her calm demeanor. Zyrk gestured to a nearby console, inviting David to sit. "We are particularly interested in what you gain from this relationship. Why do you choose to associate with such a dangerous creature?" David chuckled, the question striking him as both absurd and endearing. "Dangerous? Whiskers is anything but. She's a companion, a source of joy and comfort. Sure, she has her quirks, but that's part of the charm." The crew exchanged glances, slowly beginning to see the humor in their own misunderstanding. The notion of a creature being both perilous and beloved was foreign to them, yet David's perspective offered a new lens through which to view the relationship. Plox, eager to delve deeper, asked, "Do you not fear her claws or her independence?" David shrugged, a wry smile on his face. "Not really. It's about trust and understanding. We respect each other's space and enjoy each other's company. It's a partnership." The Zornarians listened, their skepticism gradually giving way to admiration. The human ability to find companionship in unexpected places was a testament to their adaptability and resilience. As the conversation continued, David shared anecdotes of life with Whiskers, each story more colorful than the last. The crew, initially puzzled by the concept of pet ownership, began to appreciate the subtle nuances of the human experience. Zyrk, reflecting on the exchange, acknowledged the value of this newfound understanding. "Thank you, David. Your insights have broadened our perspective." David nodded, glancing down at Whiskers, who seemed content to nap through the proceedings. "Glad I could help. It's nice to know we're not so different even across the stars." With the meeting drawing to a close, the crew prepared to return David and Whiskers to their home. The experience had been enlightening, revealing not only the complexities of human relationships, but also the humor and warmth that defined them. As the Zornarian ship once again hovered silently above Earth, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had come seeking answers and left with a deeper appreciation for the resilience and ingenuity that made humans truly remarkable. The Zornarian crew, invigorated by their interaction with David, gathered in the ship's meeting chamber to discuss the implications of what they had learned. The room hummed with an air of excitement as each member contemplated the potential applications of human adaptability and trust. "David's insights have opened new avenues for us," Zyrk began, his tone thoughtful. "His relationship with Whiskers illustrates a level of mutual understanding and adaptability that we could benefit from." Plox, buoyed by the success of their isim, direct engagement, chimed in. "Humans seem to thrive on forming bonds, even with species vastly different from themselves. Perhaps we could incorporate this adaptability into our own societal structures." The crew nodded in agreement, their initial skepticism replaced by a genuine curiosity about the potential for growth within their own culture. The idea of embracing more flexible, open-minded approaches resonated with them, offering a path to enrich their societal bonds. Zyrk, ever the visionary, proposed a new initiative. "Let us study more of Earth's creatures and their interactions with humans. By understanding these dynamics, we can identify parallels to our own experiences and perhaps foster similar connections." The crew set to work, eager to explore this new direction. They began analyzing data on various Earth species, from the loyal companionship of dogs to the cooperative nature of bees. Each case study provided fresh insights into the ways humans adapted and integrated with the world around them. As the research progressed, Plox found himself particularly drawn to the concept of emotional support animals. "These creatures," he noted during a team meeting, "provide comfort and stability to humans in times of need. It's a fascinating example of interspecies cooperation." Another crew member added, "And it seems to be a two-way street. The animals benefit from the care and attention they receive, creating a symbiotic relationship." Zyrk, observing the growing enthusiasm among his crew, saw an opportunity to apply these lessons to their own society. "We must encourage our people to embrace adaptability and trust. By fostering connections with other species, we can enhance our own resilience and understanding." As the crew continued their studies, they began to see their mission not just as an exploration of human behavior, but as a journey of self-discovery. The more they learned about Earth's creatures, the more they recognized the potential for growth within themselves. Reflecting on the encounter with David and Whiskers, Zyrk addressed the crew. "This experience has shown us that there is much to learn from Earth's inhabitants. By embracing their adaptability and resilience, we can strengthen our own societal bonds." The crew, inspired by Zyrk's words, committed themselves to this new path. They understood that the lessons gleaned from their observations could transform not only their understanding of humans, but also their approach to life among the stars. As the Zornarian ship continued its orbit around Earth, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had come seeking answers and discovered a wealth of knowledge that promised to enrich their own culture. In the process, they had gained a deeper appreciation for the adaptability, ingenuity, and resilience that defined both humans and their fellow creatures. The Zornarian spacecraft, now a temporary home for David and Whiskers, drifted silently in Earth's orbit as the crew prepared for their final observations. The atmosphere aboard was one of eager anticipation, as each crew member pondered the implications of their findings and the next steps in their mission. Zyrk, standing at the central console, addressed the team. "Our time with David and Whiskers has provided invaluable insights. However, it's time to return them to their natural environment. We must ensure they depart with a positive impression of our intentions. Phlox, who had grown fond of the human and his feline companion, nodded in agreement. It would be beneficial to send them back with a gesture of goodwill, something that acknowledges the mutual learning we've experienced. The crew, inspired by Phlox's suggestion, brainstormed ideas. They decided on a small yet meaningful token, a collection of photographs capturing moments aboard the ship, along with a message expressing their gratitude for the shared experience. As preparations were made, David spent his final hours aboard the ship sharing stories with the crew, his natural curiosity and humor breaking down any remaining barriers. The Zornarians, initially perplexed by human behavior, found themselves laughing at his anecdotes and marveling at his ability to find joy in the simplest things. "Your adaptability is truly remarkable," Zyrk remarked during one such exchange. "Even in unfamiliar surroundings, you find ways to connect and thrive." David shrugged, a modest smile on his face. "It's just how we are, I guess. Life's too short not to make the most of it wherever you are." Whiskers, ever the unflappable feline, seemed to echo this sentiment, her calm demeanor a testament to the trust she shared with David. The Zornarians, observing this bond, gained a deeper understanding of the strength that lay in companionship and mutual respect. With the departure time drawing near, the crew gathered to bid farewell to their guests. David, holding the collection of photographs, expressed his gratitude. "Thank you for this experience. It's not every day you get to learn from beings across the stars." Zyrk inclined his head, a gesture of respect and camaraderie. "The pleasure has been ours, David. Your insights have enriched our understanding of adaptability and coexistence." As David and Whiskers were gently transported back to their home, the crew watched from the observation deck, reflecting on the journey they had shared. The experience had broadened their horizons and deepened their appreciation for the diversity of life. Back on Earth, David stood in his familiar surroundings, waving at the sky as the Zornarian ship became a faint speck in the distance. He felt a sense of enrichment, knowing that his small corner of the universe had played a part in a grander narrative. On board the spacecraft, Zyrk recorded his reflections, emphasizing the importance of understanding and embracing differences, even in the most unexpected forms. "This mission has shown us that adaptability and resilience are universal traits, shared by beings across the galaxy." The crew, now more enthusiastic about their mission, eagerly anticipated future studies of Earth's fascinating diversity. The encounter with David and Whiskers had not only expanded their knowledge, but also ignited a passion for discovery and connection. As the Zornarians set a course for another part of the galaxy, they carried with them a newfound understanding of adaptability and coexistence.